Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy, Help with Gadgets, and we have a pretty cool review to do today. This is the Hypercut Cretin, and this one happens to be number 3. My nephew loaned it to me. He picked it up from CanCon Tactical Blade Show here last month, and has allowed me to carry and use and review the knife. So it's a very cool knife. Got to get it back to him though, so I need to get this review done. Hypercut is a company out of Hendersonville, North Carolina. It's a young guy. But he's not new to knife making. In fact, he does OEM work for some other companies. And this is just a really cool knife. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's look at, well, I've covered up my my measuring utensil here. But this is the specs if you want to pause and take a look at them. But we'll do some of these measurements on our own. We're looking at a blade length of about 3.3, it looks like. Let's see if I got that right. Actually, it doesn't say on the card there, but it looks like about 3.3, and the overall length is just shy of 8 inches. All right, so very good size knife. Let's go ahead and get the handy dandy weight measuring device out here and get that turned on. We'll take a look at it. 3.3 ounces. So some would consider a 3.3 inch blade and a 3.3 ounce knife to be the perfect ratio. So it is, to me, a very cool knife. All right, let's look at some size comparisons between some other knives. Let's look at the Miguron Morial. And let's look at a CJRB Pyrite. All right. Keeping with the more budget knives, let's take a look at the Field Duty EDC as well as the Edec binary, and I believe the binary is actually released. I've been hinting that it should be released soon, and I believe it has been released. So if you're interested in one of those, head on over to Leon Ma's website. Let's look at the Kaiser Militaw and the Bergblade Sweeney. Let's take a look at the American Blade Works Model 1 CJRB Feldspar. Let's go with a couple of smaller knives. QSP Penguin and the Demco Knives Shark Cub. Let's go with a couple of Benchmades. This is the Benchmade 940 and the Benchmade Bug Out. Let's look at the North Arm Skaha and the Chris Reeves large Inkosi. So that'll give you a little comparison about the compared to some knives that you may know. Got a couple more, or the last pair would be the Microtech MSI, and last and certainly not least, the Kaiser Cyberblade. All right. So now that we have those, let's get this out of the frame there. Let's look at the thickness of the knife. Let's compare it against the Sky High. I think you'll see that this one's quite similar to the Sky High. It's, of course, is going to be a little bit thicker than the Shark Cub, as well as the QSP Penguin. Here's the Benchmade Bug Out. The Sky High is a little bit wider than the Cretin, so it gives you kind of an idea of it. Width-wise, in pocket, it's going to be something similar to the, well, probably a little bit similar to the Militaw or the Megura Memorial, and also similar to what the American Blade Works Model 1 would be. Just for reference, there it is with the QSP Penguin. So that'll tell you a little bit about how it would fit in pocket. Speaking of fitting in pocket, let's go ahead and pull a pair of pants out here and show you how it would fit in pocket. This clip does work well in pocket, and you get about that much of the knife sticking up above the top of the pocket. I do like this clip on this better than I do the one on the Biku. It just seems to work very well in and out of pocket. Also notice on this knife there are tritium inserts in the clip as well as the pivot, which is just a pretty cool addition to the knife. All right, blade steel on this one is S45EN, and it's kind of a stone washed, acid washed type blade finish. Looks very nice, very clean. It does not have a lanyard hole, so if that's something that you're looking for, this one does not have it. Jimping on this knife is, there's jimping here in the back spacer, as well as here on the top of the knife, and of course, as this is a front flipper, there's jimping here along that side. Opening methods that you're looking at, you've of course got the thumb studs, which work very well. You can also reverse flick off the thumb stud. The top flipper works well for the reach around top method, or just regular thumb flipping of the top flipper. Action on it's very nice. It's not quite hydraulic closing, but it is very nice, and the opening methods work very well. Probably my most favorite is, well, and this is a little bit out of character for me, but the thumb studs work really well, and it's a very good knife. The price of this is not cheap. These run about $950. You're talking about manufacturing in the United States, with a lot of interesting things going on with this knife. The pivot collars, the tritium inserts, the really cool clip, hardware. You can tell that, and of course the fat carbon fiber scales. It's a very cool knife. And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but even the inside here, the liner is anodized as well. So it's a very cool, very well matched knife. It's well centered. Very easy access to the lock bar. And there's some chamfering there on the lock bar, which makes it easy to disengage the lock. And you can see the lock up there, so it's good. There is no blade play or up and down, side to side, anything on this. And again, very smooth action. We've already talked about the scale materials, the fat carbon fiber on both sides. There's, and I'm trying to show this here. Let's see if I can get a flashlight. The insides of the carbon fiber actually milled out. There's the carbon fiber itself has lightning holes or lightning pockets in it to reduce the weight of this knife, I guess, to get it down to that magical ratio. So it is very cool, very well done. Fits well in pocket. One of the things that I like to talk about is how when a knife is in pocket, you can reach around it to get something out. Again, this would probably be a knife that you would be very careful about, very careful that you weren't scratching it up. But if you did have something else in your pocket, it's not going to tear your hand up when you reach in. Alright, so what do I think about this knife? This knife is one of those knives that if I had an unlimited amount of money, I'd probably look at possibly getting it. It is very well done. The maker is very personable, very easy to talk to. And I like to support, American-made companies. So I would probably get one of these if I had the opportunity. It fits well in hand. It's just a really well done knife. Of course, it doesn't hurt that I really like that the blade shape. So there you have it. This is one that I would recommend, but it's not going to be a knife that's for everyone. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. I'm going to be doing some other videos here coming up shortly, or that's the plan, with some less expensive knives. I've been doing a good bit of higher-end knives, but I want to sprinkle in some budget knives because I realize people have different budgets, and I want to try to be helpful to those that have limited budgets as well. All of these nice knives that you're seeing aren't mine. A lot of them have been loaned to me for the purpose of reviewing, disassembling, cleaning them, and such. So I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. So let me know what you think. Hit that comment button down there, and I will try to respond back to you. I really appreciate everyone that's subscribed. Really appreciate you watching the video. Hope to see you again soon, and thank you.